Hey, what's up, Hot Garbage Squad? Welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing a how to build series, and like the title says, we will be doing how to build Psama. So the reason why I picked Psama is primarily because when I've been doing account runes or I've been doing account reviews, I see their Psama like built totally incorrect. It has like negative runes and it has like super wrong build, and it's very easy to correct. So I'll show you the stats of my Psama, then we'll go into like the build, how you want to use him, and kind of stats you're trying to aiming for, and what you're trying to target here. Okay, so you will see that my Psama for one is 85 crit rate. So that is a big thing. I don't think you need 100 crit rate on your Psama. Obviously nice for consistency, but the big thing here is using his kit, which is the 33% speed lead. It's no secret that in arena, it's basically like if I look at my arena list, for example, you refresh this, and there you go. It's the idea behind his team is it's 33 speed lead and a stripper, and the stripper is typically a Triton or a Tiana. Same idea here, like I said, same concept, 33 speed lead and stripper, and that's the Juno in this case. So you will see that some of these teams here are either full defense, like full stall, bruiser, or a typical speed defense that you have to outspeed. And for people who are in the speed meta, you are basically having a field day because you can outspeed all of these teams and just illusion it or Tiana Zyros it if you have a really fast build. Anyways, let's move on to some of the runes I have in my Psama, so you have an idea of what I'm working with here. So here we have, I believe this is a purple rune, and it is a purple rune because it's a double roll to speed and one roll into crit rate, so it's actually a purple rune. Also another purple rune here, one roll into each, and then this is also, I believe, a purple rune. It's a little bit of a purple rune. And the accuracy is 5+5, which is minimum. So it'll be like 8's maximum. So it's basically a purple rune here. And then this is my legend rune. One legend rune on my Psama here. One roll into crit rate, double roll speed, one accuracy. Here we have another legend rune. Double roll into speed, one to crit rate, one to crit damage. So I need 9 crit rate gem to make this super good. And this one says it's a legend rune, but it's not. If you guys knew about the re-apps before, they changed like some of your purple runes depending on the rolls and gems and made it legend. So this is a double roll in the speed and one crit rate. Like, I've been farming just for so long, I can't get anything better than this. That's crazy. But anyways, common thing you will see in my build here: 160 defense plus 160 defense. You do not need defense percent on your Psama. If you're late game or if you're mid game, if you have defense on your Psama for arena, it is the biggest waste of stats. You're not building yourself as an HP like bruiser type unit. You don't need defense. If you have any defense on your runes, you're basically wasting your stats. That could be crit rate, crit damage, speed, accuracy, etc. And that is like a big thing I see on people. They put defense, and it could be your rune quality that's the problem. Your despair runes are just hot garbage, and they all have defense percent. It could be the problem. However, like I'm going to say right now, moving forward, the rune build, despair is preferred. However, if you have an 80% efficiency, no, like 50% efficiency despair set versus a full broken set that's like 110 efficiency, I think that's a no-brainer. I would not force despair onto your Psama. The biggest thing about Psama is the 33% speed lead for arena. It makes people automatically scared because they have a 24 and you have a 33. It makes them scared unless they have a Triton 24. That's a whole different story. However, do not put stupidly bad despair runes if you're sacrificing it just for despair, when you can make a full broken set, a fatal set, whatever, like a rage set, whatever it is, and you have insane efficiency over your bad despair runes. So keep that in mind. Despair is the preferred set, but do not tunnel vision on bad stats, having 50% defense percent bonus and then having 140 crit damage, for example. Okay, moving on. you will see that I actually do have some accuracy, and it worked out because some of it was innate and some of it was a roll here. That's the beauty of Psama, right? You don't need defense, you don't need HP, so you can afford to have some accuracy for the second skill. When I'm using this on offense, I often rely on him like resetting the Perna if it's not on Will, or I reset the enemy Psama that's on Nemesis, which we'll talk a little bit more about in later on this video. So having accuracy to reset some of these units, like having even 10%, can be game changing. Okay, so I would advise having some accuracy. But the biggest thing you'll notice here is the speed as well. 138 speed. It's roughly speed tuned to 1 attack bar booster. It shouldn't be negative speed. If you're negative speed, like plus 10 speed on your Psama, then what you're telling me is you're basically using it on your defense only, and you're not using it on your offense. Because if we look at your arena offense here, and let's fight one of these speed teams, okay? Let's say, for example, we fight this. We go first. Okay? I'll actually just go in battle and give you like a visual so you understand why your Psama needs speed. So in this scenario, let's assume my Psama is plus 10 speed, okay? I go first, I Fat Lucian him. And then obviously his team is like a super like YOLO team that is like a weekday defense. But imagine something lives here. But your Psama is plus 10 speed. It doesn't go. His enemy team, like you saw, his Psama was, I think it was on Nemesis, I'm not sure. It went before my Psama here and attacked me. Imagine if you didn't go at all, no will runes, and he reset you and you just lost your Psama. So I'll give you like a better visual in my next battle here so you understand what I am talking about. Like for this, for example. So if my Lucian amps and kills his team, so I can actually possibly lose this because he has a Horus here and he can cut in. So I'm taking a risk here. This may not be a super good example, but okay, he doesn't cut me. So here, I don't expect my Fat Lucian to kill this Juno because it's fire. So you see in this scenario here, if the Triana was like 50k HP and it lives, or the passive helps live the Black Horus, and my Psama here is plus 10 speed, I would not have a turn to go and finish off the enemy team. So you have to have a reasonable speed, and all of your speeds will be different. So the answer is obviously be speed tuned. So when there's Nemesis on the enemy team, it's gonna be difficult to be you can't be speed tuned because Nemesis counters you, right? But when there's everything standard and you don't go, like that is a big red flag here. So like even this, for example, if I decided to go in like this and for whatever reason you don't think you don't need a speed against this team, but if you did, your Psama would need to have damage to go and reset the rest. This is like a prime example. Oftentimes you face a fire unit and a Gene. They're all really tanky. And if you don't have will runes, or if you're super slow, you will see his team lives, right? And the fact that my Psama is not speed tuned to 1 attack bar booster does mean his team goes, his Tiana goes, because I couldn't Fat Lucian it because it's super thick. And now I'm preying on RNG. This is like a prime example why your Psama should be speed tuned to 1 attack bar booster if you're using like this team. But if you're running like a Bernard, Bastet, Speed Lucian, then you don't need to be speed tuned to 1 attack bar booster. So keep that fact in mind. Your team, like if you want to be super flexible and using like the team I'm using, then your Psama should be speed tuned to 1 attack bar booster. But if you're running double attack bar booster, Bernard, and then Bastet or Megan, so your Psama goes first and then your Speed Lucian goes, then the speed tuning is a little bit different because you have more attack bar increase. So keep that in mind. And as you saw in that previous fight there, these my preference on offense is Will, because in those scenarios where the Tiana doesn't die and resets your playing field, where everything dies but you're on Nemesis, their Psama just comes back from your Lucian killing you, it comes back alive. So you use a second skill on your known will runes Psama, your Psama did nothing, right? Also, If your Samoth is on Nemesis on defense, people you can make use of the Nemesis, and it's hard for me to explain, but if you're a Nemesis on defense, people can make use of it, and there's a gimmick to beat your defense sometimes. But if you're on Nemesis, but the biggest thing here is having Nemesis on your Samoth on offense will make it very, very inconsistent. So if you have 2, okay, great. But most of us have 1, and we don't want to invest so many Devil Mons to make this do a lot of damage and this as well. So that's the big things you want to consider for your Samoth. Must be on will. Should be speed tuned to whatever your team is. So that could be 1 attack bar booster or 2 attack bar booster. Despair is not 100% needed. I would go for rune efficiency. Some other builds you can go is Rage or Fatal. For RTA, you may experience that Despair, you don't have enough damage. If you draft double speed lead, your Samoth may not have damage, and maybe Rage is what you want to go for. Don't have wasted stats. Accuracy is nice, so keep that in mind. You don't need a lot of HP to be honest, but sometimes when you're facing like a retouch that's left over, or a Camilla, it's nice to have the HP so that way you can use your Tion to revive something else instead of keep reviving your Samoth, because it has enough HP to live and take some damage. Anyways guys, hope that helped you to build your Samoth going forward. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below what you want to see next in the next how to build video.